just technically too quiet for that. Hold on. That's crazy. I had turned down all the way to 5. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. Yeah. No, I meant to do this. I am not awake right now. But I'm working on it. Gotta stay up to take meds. Let's do the normal early morning loop. Fishy stick. Yeah, fish sticks are gross. I don't like fish sticks. People like fish sticks can disagree, but I mean, fight me. That's what I say. I hate fish sticks. I think they're gross. Provisioning's done. Come down here. God, I wish I had some books. Make this a little faster.
My mounts.
Almost there. Got my crafting rates. I think I spent too much time in IA. I don't think I spent any time gathering resources yesterday. Oh, got a whole 10. If anybody is there, let me know if the music's too loud. I turned it down to 5, but I do wonder sometimes, like how it is for everybody else. Alright, chat's connected. Close that. There you go. If it's too loud, please somebody let me know. You know, see to refine anything.
With Kanathi swiftness.
Alright, that's all done. Go turn this shit in. Alright, let's that run for a second and see if it's anything good. Ooh, 2 chromium platings. Okay, so we got some surveys to do. Now I gotta figure out where they are in the new UI. Is there a way to preview it? No. That's armor, jewelry. I don't see it being in this tab. I thought I had more than one of those now. Huh. I have more than 437 tomes, but okay. Okay, so I open them. Where'd they get put? I don't. This is where I have a hard time. What are those slots? Interesting. Hmm. Why do I have 3 inspirational posters? I need to get rid of all these fuck-ass treasure maps. Okay, so normally surveys would show up under those. Where they go with the new UI? Hype. Okay, am I just blind? Just say the names of the tabs. No, so if I open it, it goes away. Alright, that's entertaining. So I know this is just a straight inventory. Oh, I can't do that too. Okay. Okay, I have all those. Okay. I thought I had more than that. Clothier survey. So Malabal tour. Alright, so let's see. We're gonna go over here. Like right there. Hey Jesse. Good this morning. You still at work or did you just get off work? Make sure it's not down here for some weird thing. I was just playing some ESO.
A potent find, Tamid.
Since I restarted everything on PC, I'm just trying to get as much of this as I can.
Fine threads make for strong cord. Yes.
I'm hoping that they actually bring the crossplay, like the ESO. Still a ways off from them actually being able to do it, but
You do not know what
they've at least said they're looking into seeing how to do it for the way they have this game made. Oh, I guess I only did have 400 something. Okay. Was my enchanter survey Rivenspire? You've been playing lately, Jesse? Give me 1 second. Look up something right quick. Oh, I was saying, hey Kelly, I'm doing pretty good. How are you? Jesse, I was asking, what are you playing these days? Should be right there. Okay. What have you been playing, Jesse? Yeah, Kelly, I haven't seen you on forever.
Please! They're going to kill us!
I kind of figured you had like life going on. To be fair.
Potency, aspect, or essence? Good find.
School RuneScape and RuneScape. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Been a long time, Kelly. Excuse me. Also, Keptix doesn't get on anymore either, for the most part. Like a lot of the people from back then, I don't really talk to anymore. I'll get on Destiny if someone needs my help with something, but Destiny 2 no longer receiving any updates. Playing Destiny 2 all the time just doesn't feel worth it, I guess, would be the appropriate way to look at it. Since Destiny 2 is no longer receiving any updates, it's like, well, I did everything, so if someone needs my help, I'll get on and help them. You know, I still stay true to that whole spirit that we all had back then. But I mean, that's about it.
Khenarthi make this swift.
Yeah, that rat got obliterated.
An inspired find, Tamid. You will make fine potions with that, I am sure.
I don't know if you've been keeping up, Kelly, with anything Destiny related, but Bungie 100% like shit the bed.
It continues.
There's no more content coming out for Destiny. Sony shut it down. killed their own game, just like we always said it would. It would be Bungie's fault if Destiny died. Well, they delivered. That's for sure. Make sure there's no more in like a weird spot, considering that one was like way over here. Alright. Yeah. Do I have any? This is. I need to get these stupid things out of my inventory. That's way up there. I will look at that message here in just a moment. Where does that say that? Like right there? Jeez. Oh, good lord, that was a while ago. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I kind of stopped playing it. Like, I would do the season, whatever it was, max out my season pass, and then only get on if somebody needed help. But if nobody needed help, then I just never got on. I mean, when they made Desert Perpetual as a raid, like they did a really good job at that raid. So they had the proof that was there that that they could do the thing. They just always chose not to do the thing. And well, this is where we're at with it now. And because ESO just had that huge sale, like there's so many new players on Elder Scrolls Online, a lot. Does that mean I got rid of that exorcism treasure map? So, I mean, I can't say that it's untrue. You know what I mean? Like, right, there's always the potential that they could still do the thing. Not likely, because Sony told them with Edge of Fate that they needed to like pull their head out of their butt, and then immediately, they couldn't say no to Renegades, right? Because I was already bought and paid for with Disney, and so they're like, okay, well, you got to the next DLC to pull your head out of your butt, and then new DLC comes around, or the announcement for Shattered Cycle, and they were like, well, hey, here's this new DLC we got coming. And so then the delay for the DLC came out. And I think that was we're not doing this anymore moment, you know what I mean?
Olkosh smiles upon you.
No, it was the same. I mean, he did come back, which was weird. Ghost, but not a ghost. Like he was a physical construct inside the Traveler for a final shape. But I mean, that was about it. It was really weird. I didn't like it. It was like, what was the point of going through all that investment into the character, the feelings everybody had, just to bring him back like that? I don't know. It felt very cheap, you know.
Watch yourself.
A lot of people were, and that's how it should have ended. Like the fact that they just brought him back as like a construct. Well, not a construct, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain because you know we're all the lore wise. You know the Guardians are all from the light, from the Traveler, and all that. Like I don't think Cade could have left the Traveler. I think he was like there. Like, I don't think there was a way he could have left the Traveler. But then like I don't know. It's kind of crazy. It should be like right here. It couldn't have been that chest. No way. He basically he came back like just to die, right? So that made it even weirder.
A reward for your keen eyes.
It's crazy. I didn't think he was that old. Not in a long time. I know I've messaged him to see like how he was doing. He came back to Destiny for like a little bit, and he was mostly running with like PvP people. I think now I don't know, right? So I'm just going off of they were. They were he was doing really well. Facebook gaming was really good for him. Um now we were wrong about this, but I got the feeling that he got involved business wise with somebody who wasn't good for him. And it just put like a lot of issues, you know, on him. And so I think him distancing himself from the bad business of it all probably one of the best things for him.
Material full of potential.
Oh no, if I had been here, I wouldn't have the map anymore. Okay. Where's the lighthouse? It's just I remember him saying something about. Oh, you too, Kelly. We haven't talked to him forever. Well, that got their attention.
I always forget.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm the new guy.
I can see who it is. Lower sinus autistic, ADHD level 2, so my days are always busy. That's fair, Kelly. Asking me yesterday about like healer stuff.
What do you mean?
Yesterday when I was running IA with Jared, you were asking me about healer stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like, you got me. I mean, I don't have a lot of raid experience on, this game, but I have a little bit. But what kind of healer are you? I never asked.
Arcanist.
What? Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. That's cool, dude. Cause like, oh shit, I clicked wrong. But well, like the main that I'm trying to make now is an arcanist, but trying to get a little bit more DPS. My Templar is my main healer. But dude, I just love Arceus so much, dude. I know they talk shit about him on the forums and everything.
I mean,
Fuck forums.
that's.
Forums.
I'll put it this way: if somebody's talking shit about Arcanist healers or DPS, like they don't, they either don't know what they're doing or they're just doing it as rage bait.
It's probably rage bait, dude. Because I'm just like, fuck that, dude. Like, even on my DPS, I just get one or two abilities. Even when I go on the BGs, like, I kind of like bait people in because, oh, he's healing, and then they come to me and I'm like, heal, baby, and you die, fucking die. So I just love it, dude. Oh shit.
What might you make me buy?
That's where PvP and PvE though are disconnected. Because like case in point, Impen is the trait you want on armor for PvP, where like the opposite of that is reinforced for
Oh
PvE.
yeah, I get when they target me, especially those fucking DKs, dude. I just get insta splatted. Nothing I can do about it. Those DKs just fucking insta splat me. But my thing is to not get targeted. But yeah, when they target me, I'm done for.
So
So
you have to
I'm
for PvP though. What you gotta do is be fast. Oh, thank you, Kelly. I appreciate the likes. Uh, so when PvPing, you have to be fast with things like the Frost Staff Slam for the snare, and then you follow that up with like Runa Colorless Pool, which gives them brittle if you miss with the staff, because the staff applies minor. I'm just using this obviously as an example. Let me double check myself. Hold on. Ball Frost costs more, but snares it reduces armor and grants damage. So you get the damage. So yeah, you reduce the armor, get a damage shield with Unstable Well of Frost, and then you'd follow it up with like Runa Colorless Pool, and that way it applies brittle as well, and so then you just lay into them with all your abilities. Like quick. All right, Kelly, it was good talking to you again. Long time. You have a great day. Arcanist healer though plays completely different from a Templar healer, right? Because
Another
You're much
fine
more
your
mobile.
deep
You're much.
pockets.
I would think you're way more mobile, and the shields, dude. I mean, I'm talking pure. I don't know about much about subclassing, but are you a subclass or are you pure class?
no, I'm just Arcanist.
Yeah,
I don't need to subclass for other healing abilities. Like I don't know if you were watching Minor Jared stream in the Discord last night, but
It wasn't you. It was I forget her name. God,
Moon.
okay, yeah, I'm so terrible. Yeah, I was watching her. But I did get a chance to watch you. But I kind of next time you do it, I'll chime in and check it out.
Yeah, like we got to Arc 4, we didn't really have any issues.
Oh, Arc 4?
Yeah,
Yo, dude.
and I'm only CP 276. Like I'm coming from Xbox, right?
What?
So, but see, this is where like so I've been playing the game forever, right? I've been playing since it came out. I was in the technical alpha, and the beta, and then my laptop I had couldn't play the full game, so I just had to wait for it to come out on Xbox.
Okay.
And so I played it on Xbox since its release. It wasn't until just recently that I switched. So
Pretty
there is
damn
like a
good,
whole
dude.
there's a
You don't
whole
even have
skill
CP
difference.
600. You don't even have CP 600. And you made it to. I mean, when I looked at the leaderboards, a lot of that's 4.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably in the top 1,000, which is. I know it sounds like a lot. Dude, that's way better than I can do. Well, I just did. Yeah, but that's way better than I can do. Oh shit, there's my
I
fucking
mean,
thing.
you could do it too.
Um,
Do it, you
I,
can do
I,
it.
my bill's gotten better. It's just, my bill's gotten better. I don't know if I can. I mean, my goal is Art 3, but just I got this is the thing too. I kind of like about this game. It's just gonna take me some time, and that's cool. I'm okay with that. Like, but like to do these raids, I gotta work on that. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to get my Oaken Soul ring.
Oh, so okay, so the thing with Oaken Soul, right? I was doing some research because when Oaken Soul first came out, yeah, it's great. It's if you want to just be able to do just one bar things, yeah, you'll put out the damage, but you can put out more damage
Oh
having
yeah,
2 bars.
yeah, and that I've done the math on that 100%. Um, there's actually no doubt about that. You're absolutely right. Um, but I just spent like 2 weeks getting up to where I can get it. You know what I mean? Like
No, no,
I got
I
to
get it.
I got
Like
to level
scrying's a
7.
pain in the ass.
Yeah, I
I
just
hate
hit level
scrying.
7. Dude, I'm in it right now where like I've done about 20 of these things to get the elite drop, and there goes another one down. You know, make that 22 now.
like I'm not even worried about scrying right now. It's so low on my list of things to do.
Well, yeah, I just want to like see. Okay, now, now there's two or three other ring things I want to get, but and this guy swears I can get 100 grand DPS. So I'm like, I'm gonna give it a shot. Plus, I can use it now. I don't know that if I get it on this tune, I can trade it to my other tunes, right?
Yeah, you just put it in your bank.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. So I figure I got two, three. I'm almost got the wolf too. But I figure I'm just gonna go for that because it's easy, and I am an old dude, so like, and plus when I get into raids, get a little verklempt. Like, oh
What
shit,
you
oh shit.
accomplished it.
Well, what kind of character are you doing this for?
And Markins
You want to make
DPS.
some gold, Walker?
Yeah. I mean, and I don't know. I'm not gonna.
So
I can't
I
imagine doing that on the healer though. I gotta
I
have
can't speak for PC, right? Because I'm just coming over to PC. Most of the people that I ever saw running Oaken Soul were sorcerers.
Oh, well, yeah, I got a sword key, but and I love my sword. Don't get me wrong, I love them, and I do want to make them, and I have a build for that, and they say I can get 150 grand.
So that's so I'll be honest with you, all my research into Oaken Soul for anything recent shows that that's all not running Oaken Soul for that kind of damage.
Well, if I get 100 grand, because they said I need to hit 60, right,
For what?
and to get into a raid,
I
um,
mean,
now on the
I think the only
dummy,
one that really matters for that is like Lucent Citadel.
well,
Because
that's the no arca. That's what I gotta do.
I mean,
Everybody says that's the bee's knees from single target. I
I mean,
got a few perfected so far,
of
but
what?
no arca.
So if you have perfected, you've already done Vet Lucent Citadel.
Yeah, but I was pretty drunk and I don't really remember it.
So obviously, though, if people are taking you into Vet Lucent Citadel, I mean, it's gonna be not that
Yeah, but
bad.
that was on my healer, and yeah, but you need so many runs to get the pieces. Like it's like infinite
And
archive.
not if people were like trading with you that when have stuff
Oh
bound.
no, I was just plugging it. Yeah, I just plugged it.
So maximum on this is on a 21 million trial dummy, so not even a vet trial. People are hitting around 100 max DPS is 110 on a 21 million trial dummy, so not even a vet trial. And it's on a sorcerer, uh, using Sergeant and Stormmaster
Like
with
yeah,
Slime Craw.
I'm definitely gonna get there. It's just the other thing too is my schedule is I can't play every day. You know what I mean? Like I'd like to, but sometimes I can only get on like 2, 3 times a week. Come on, give me this fucking lead. Come on, give me this lead. Damn it. I'm hoping I'm in the right. I went and looked up on everything. I know I have to go. God man, that's been like 25 times, 24, 23 times. I guess it's just hard to get. I know some of these are kind of hard to drop. But okay, so there's another ring, another thing. I'm gonna work on those two. I got like two of those, 2 out of 5.
I think
Now,
I read
so I
about
went and
your
did
place
a
in a book
DPS
from
thing
last
at
year. It was quite different from what I recall.
shit. What was her name
Perhaps I
again?
misremember. Pay me no mind.
Moon?
Moon. Yeah. But I didn't spec.
Show your Muna. Vykosa has going to be your
like,
toughest
I put a
opponent.
like a
Legends
spec
say
in my
she was
healing
turned into a
myself,
werewolf
like,
by a...
sometimes it's
I
me
can't
and
help
Mark.
but envy such...
And I hit 53,000, and I killed the thing. He said you have to kill it. Okay. So I hit 50.
Yeah.
There was one point I was up for a bit,
That's
but
the
I kind of fucked up my rotation like a bunch of times. But I mean, so what I'm trying to say is, if I would have switched some of my stuff, I might hit 60. But see, that's the thing. That's on the low end. Like 60. You need 60 to do it to it, and I want to hit 80. You know what I'm saying? Just to make sure I'm good enough before I start saying, "Hey man, take me to your raid." Like, I don't want to be that guy. And I'm a healer's different, and that's where I got the no arches from a healer. But then on the switch side of that, I don't want to take a, I don't want to like make somebody like, oh, let me get off my healer just so I can get a spot. What I'm trying to say is I want to earn my spot. Like, I don't want to like,
Silver Dawn
oh
Valor
yeah,
gone off
I'll
too.
get on this tune. You know what I mean? And make somebody substitute.
Make sure this one doesn't go
Sounds like
running off.
what
You
you
hear?
told me too.
I'm not
That's
done with him
ballers. I
yet.
guess you're talking about you. That's baller healers. And I'm like, well, I don't know.
Well,
Like,
like I was saying yesterday, don't always necessarily say follow what I'm gonna say, because I don't play the same way everybody else does.
that
And
makes
like
me interested. Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
Very
see,
well.
and like Jared can tell you after playing with me, Falkery knows, I play extremely different.
And like, just give me like a for instance.
Like just the way I play an Arcanist. I don't play it like a standard person. I could easily put on damage skills if I needed to, and still keep
Well,
people healed.
that's one thing Arcanist can do.
I could do it with any class of healer. It doesn't matter. Because
Well,
there was a time when in ESO healers had to do damage to help out, right? And so that's not the same anymore. But like
Empty the cells.
when you get used to doing it, you're just used to doing it. Does that make
Release the
sense?
prisoners. I'm sure they're hungry. Let's give our prisoners a feast.
well, you know what? You're gonna be from now on. You're gonna be my Arcanist buddy, dude. I'm gonna, cause there is a lot like.
I told you to escape with the others.
Okay, hang on. I'm in the fight right now.
I mean, I'm doing a dungeon while we're talking. I mean, also the only other thing I can say to that is I play a lot of Dark Souls. I kind of treat it like Dark Souls some days.
So you got good hands.
No, oh no, fuck no. I have carpal tunnel in both hands. Nah,
Dude,
my hands are screwed.
I mean, Dark Souls, you need to have like quickie.
It's more paying attention, right?
All right, cross your fingers for me. Come on, lead. Well, okay. I know Open Soul is not gonna be the highest DPS, but I want something like a. I don't know if you ever played World of Warcraft.
I played it for like a month.
Well, when Classic Plus comes out, I'll bug you about that. God damn it! This thing will not fucking drop. God damn.
Oh, welcome to the grind.
Yeah, I've been pretty lucky from what people told me. And you know, that's just how it goes. I mean, I'm getting money and stuff. I don't know if I can play this all day. Just get one fucking job.
Yo, Donna, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that.
Wait, you're on the internet?
Yeah, that's why the status is streaming for the voice chat. So that way, if people join me, they'd know I'm streaming.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, dude.
fucking do anything.
But, I didn't. But I'm not online, right?
I mean, you are. I don't have a way technically to filter that out, but you didn't do anything wrong.
Well, they
I don't know
can't
what.
hear me.
Yes, they can.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
For what? You didn't do anything. That's what I'm telling you. There's nothing to be sorry about.
Uh,
You trust me. There is nothing that you're going to say that is ever going to
but now
make a difference. You trust me. Wait till you hear me talk. I don't give a shit what people say as long as it's the only time I care about what's like when someone is like saying something like that. The only time I really care is if there's like the bad comments that people shouldn't say. Like, you know what I mean? Like the things you should know as an adult not to say. Does that make sense?
my god, yeah.
I just can't think of the right word that I want.
Just call them jerks. Just call them
Yeah,
jerks.
I mean, we go with that, sure. But nah, dude, don't. You said the word fuck. What we fucking do? I don't give a fuck.
I'm sorry, dude.
For what? You didn't do it. That's what I'm saying. You didn't do anything.
I
Like
didn't
people
know I was
always,
online. I should've
people always.
asked you.
Bah, you're good, dude. That's why I set the status to streaming so people would know. Like, because I have a hard time trying to say it every time, so I always put the status
Yeah.
as what I'm doing.
I just saw you were streaming on the Discord.
No, I usually stream early in the morning like this because I just got home from taking my wife to work, and because it's an hour in the car, I'm wide awake, can't go back to sleep,
Holy
and
crap,
so
an hour away from work? Where you live, DC?
it's a half hour each way, right? So I spend an hour total in the car.
Yeah, alright, it's not so bad. That's
But-
what it's like in Maryland.
But like I'm wide awake at that point, so it's like I'll do some. I usually do my crafting rates, talk to whoever comes in, and just answer questions about
You don't
anything
have,
that I
like,
can.
You're not doing like 20 different things, 20 different characters. I saw
Not
some of those,
not yet.
not yet. Man, that's a lot of work, dude.
Well, until I get this character right, until I get one character where I want it to be, I don't move on to another. And so,
That, dude. Yeah, that's
like,
my problem.
when I go to make my Arcanist DPS character, I still need to go do Sunspire and Dreadsail Reef before I can make my character.
Well, see, I haven't played in 9 years, and then my best buddy was like, "Hey, man," and it's his fault, dude. And so I came back and I was like, "Well," I had a bunch of old tunes, and I was like, "Well, they have this new Arcanist class," so I bought that. I just love the little bastard. I just love him.
So my recommendation is don't go off of what everybody else says. Like, oh yeah, you should be doing this, that, and the other. Because just because somebody can do X, Y, and Z doesn't mean you're gonna do X, Y, and Z, right? So case in point, one of my really good friends, right? He got when Bethesda put everything on sale, right? He got everything for ESO, for PC, and he's making a necromancer, right? And he's trying to follow Alcest's build. I was like, so that's not always going to work for people. Like, Alcest is really good at the game, but like,
But
Alcest, he's got a weird play style, right?
Well, and I got into a fight about this with another guy. A lot of you gotta take them with a grain of salt. Now, one thing I do like about Outcast is he gives you multiple setups, but you have to read.
If you look straight at the end game setups that he has on his website, right? They are end game setups, right? They are what he does. and that's fine. That's
Yeah,
cool.
but
That works for him.
if you go watch his YouTube, I'm like, that ain't me. That ain't me, dude. Like,
It's
but
okay for you to use Outcast as like a roadmap.
yeah. The problem is, I've watched all these guys, and okay, he, and I'm tired of all these motherfuckers. I know there's some problems with the game. Sure, it's not perfect, but I'm like, damn. There's there's no de facto set.
No.
Like, there is different ways and different play styles, and this is one thing I love about this game. But it's not like World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft are like, you got to get this set and that's it. There is no, oh, maybe you can use this set. No, 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 no. Not World of Warcraft. It's that's it. And I think, sorry,
No, you're good.
which I really
You'll
like
be but a footnote in my
because,
pack's glorious
like you said,
victory.
individuality.
Move to flank.
And now that's the thing I don't like about the Oaken
The
Soul.
power of lightning.
And trust me, when I
courses
came
through
back
me.
with every build I looked up,
You could
besides
cut down our
Outcast,
pack, but more
this
with
is the thing I'm gonna get back to
siblings.
Outcast.
Join me in the hunt.
Every build was like Oaken Soul, Oaken Soul, Oaken
You
Soul.
could
One
cut
build,
down our
subclassing. That was right before they made. I gotta drop the hammer on this boss. Boom.
So this is your plan? A magical
Well, no,
scroll?
and you're right. Like when Oaken Soul first came out, yeah, everything was all Oaken Soul. It was all Oaken Soul everything, you know.
Yeah,
But that's when
they're
Oaken Soul first came
they're
out.
still making builds for it, and
Well, yeah, they're going to. That's never gonna end.
How
yeah, but
surprising.
see, the thing is, it's frustrating as a new guy coming back.
Still alive.
Um,
Well, my Kosa simply
I'm not,
must do
I
something
didn't even
about
have
that.
like all that stuff came out after I left, so
You're
it's like,
feeling tired, no?
I don't think me personally as an Arcanist, right?
To me.
I don't think I would ever do an Oaken Soul Arcanist build because for Arcanists specifically, right? Because of the way their skills work, you're gonna lose a lot of damage going to Oaken Soul.
yeah, oh shit, yeah, but
No.
here's a
No,
big reason why I want
I
it.
can control it.
It's not necessarily for
Now at
raid
least.
all the time. It's gonna be like when I gotta go.
Yes.
Like it's just easy to play.
All is well then,
And
yes?
yeah, dude, the
My
crit
Kosa
damage
is
is
killed.
real. That
You are
ring gives
cured.
you
A happy ending all around.
20% crit damage.
The
And
Rasta,
then
I
the
know
minor.
you're one of
So
them.
it's
A werewolf.
It gives you all
I
the
knew
buffs.
it the minute I
So
transformed.
I don't need a back bar.
Will you kill her?
Arcanists, their front abilities. I really don't. I'm never gonna get this fucking lead. Now when I came back, I tried to make my Templar, and I read some things and solo builds to do the IA, and I'm just gonna say this, dude. And I spent a lot of time and stuff to build one. And I suck. I know that. I suck. I'm not saying I'm that good. But dude, what
I
I
hope
can
you're
do
here
with my
to-
Arcanist
well done.
compared to my
I've always
Templar
found
is night and
every
day. It's night and day. It's not even close.
You talk about like from a damage perspective.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So you said you played only for a year, right? And then you stopped playing the game.
I played for a year. Made
Well, because you said you didn't play for like 9, and ESO's been around for
Yeah.
just over 10. Well, a little longer than 10, but
I was
so
yeah.
here's the thing: a lot of this other fancy stuff wasn't in the game when you were playing, right? So there's a learning curve that you're gonna have to go through, versus someone like me who's been playing the game since inception.
Yeah, see, yeah, and that's okay. I'm happy. Like I'm having fun, dude. Like
That's all that matters.
cool. You know,
So I get her. I here's how I get around that. Do what you want to do. Find what works for you first, right? If Oaken Soul is going to be your thing, then make sure you make it the best it can be for you. Meaning, I would get so. I'm just gonna throw out. You want your weapon and spell damage to be as high as you can, right? Because that's your stuff. You want your crit to be high, but then also what I would recommend is getting the doing this on a sorcerer, but you would do the storm set. I forgot the name of it, where it puts down little funny lightning towers. So I would do the funny lightning tower set from Infinite Archive, and then I would get something like Whirl of Depths from Dreadsail Reef.
you talking about the class set?
Yeah, for the sorcerer, the funny lightning tower set. I can't remember what it's called. Something storm or storm something. But here's what I would do. Right, this is where I'm different than a lot of other people. So I would take that funny set, right? Because Sorks are really really good at putting dots on things. So now we're even better at putting dots on things. And then you go to Dreadsail Reef and get Whirling Depths. Because with Whirl of Depths, you're not only now you're putting all the dots, you're doing all the things. So you're creating nothing but a consistent damage per second. Now I know a lot of people want burst DPS, and that's fine. So there's our Oaken Soul, right? There's your 1 bar build for Oaken Soul. You build into the putting down as much dots as you can. That way your weapon and spell damage and crit damage doesn't go to waste. But then you also have that'll help with focusing down certain ads. And then you have Oaken Soul. You'll have the funny lightning towers. You also have Whirl of Depths that'll just add to a single target damage. Right? So that's me. But also you won't be falling behind. Say you get into a big like ad clearing thing. Cool. Not only am I using a lightning staff for an area of effect, I'm using Sork for dots. I'm using, the funny lightning towers for dots, and that also do a lot of damage. And then I have Whirl of Depths, which also puts more dots down. So you're just a dot machine. And so you have all this damage going out, and it's not wasted damage, right? So you're not just first and done.
Also, what I like about that is I can put some dots up. Oh no! And then here comes a big red circle. I can move. Like, okay, I know I got my dots on.
Right.
I like that.
And the storm set from IA allows you to put down 3 lightning towers before they start like overriding each other.
Well, okay, so here's where I'm at with IA. And I'm a little bit pissed off. I got a little bone to chew with that. And I understand RNG, but boy, did I get screwed. So I've been buying the blue ones so I can get it on my sticker book, and then I can make it wherever I want it, which I figure...
Which is fine. I do it too. Like,
yeah, why spend 10,000 when I can get 2 just get it in my book? But here's where I get mad. So I looted a fucking bow, and then I spent, and I got 2 more bows.
I mean, unfortunately, yeah, that happens.
I know, yeah, I'm so fucking, and I know too.
Braxton. Monolith of Storms, yeah, because 2 items is 618 crit, 3 items is 121 weapon and spell, 4 items is 121 weapon and spell, 5 items dealing damage with a storm calling ability, initial hit, or every 5th tick creates a monolith near the enemy for 10 seconds, up to every 1 second, up to 3 total. Your monoliths within 28 meters of one another link together, dealing 2154 shock damage, scaling off the higher of your weapon or spell damage every 2 seconds to enemy near the links, up to once every 2 seconds per enemy. Each monolith active grants you 100 weapon and spell damage. So you're gonna get an extra 300 weapon and spell damage when you have all 3 monoliths out.
No, not only that, it just sounds like fun.
It is.
Oh, there's my one monolith. Oh, there's another one.
when I
That's fucking. See, this is what I love about this game. Don't get me started on the questing. Don't even get me started on that. But it's like, and that's what I love about the Arcanist. Now, some people don't like beams. I fucking love beam. Sorry, I'm Templar, so I love my beams. But that just and then okay. Now this one with the disjunction, what I get is I do extra status damage, which I've been reading up on it, and then it does 40% more damage. So like, I just want to get the set. I nearly have it, but and then see, because I don't have Bulwark, which from what I've been reading too, it's great for single target, no doubt, but I don't need to have that.
I've been seeing some people with the Monolith of Storm set just melting in trials. So I mean,
Well, put it this way: they nerfed the fuck out of that one mythic because Arcanists were going in because they get that ability with this junction set, and they were just light attacking and hitting for 15 grand, 20 grand, just one light attack. Like, dude, that shit's broken. That shit is so broke. And they literally said it doesn't do any damage to people now. It's only for PvE, which people weren't happy about, but I kind of understand it. But then I see these fucking they
Good.
apparently in
Fine.
51 they're looking at sustain for werewolves and that damn.
well, yeah, they're nerfing. They're nerfing werewolf by making their abilities cost more.
Yeah, but that ain't gonna stop them. That ain't gonna stop them.
Well, so you got to remember the big thing is resource management, right? So if you take away some of the resource management that they have, right, it changes the way that it plays.
Only fair.
And my understanding is a lot of people that have been playing on the PTS and experiencing the change on the PTS are not really enjoying the change as a werewolf. So it sounds like they're
then
moving.
Maybe it is good. Maybe it is good.
It is over.
I mean, I remember when this game first came out, being a werewolf was the meme, right? Everyone wanted to be a vampire, and now that everybody wants to be a werewolf and not a vampire.
Dude, I played BGs and I was doing a forum for it. We had one werewolf and we were getting our asses kicked. That dude was the last to get
A
3 lives.
fine old Tamid.
That dude was the last in live. Brought us back to the brink and won a match by himself against 4 other people.
Yeah, so that's a little ridiculous, right?
Right.
But also,
like,
Battlegrounds, if you really want to get into PvP, and like my friend's got a problem with this, and it's because he's been playing nothing but Battlegrounds, right? He hasn't gotten into a group to go into Cyrodiil. And I keep telling him, I was like, dude, because he was complaining to me the other day. He was like, man, Battleground, ESO PvP is probably the worst I've ever played. I was like, that's because you're playing nothing but Battlegrounds, right?
It
They're
is. And by the way, it's not. I played a lot of the game. It's not that bad.
well, so he comes from a different mindset for games, right? So, but also ESO is not like any other MMO or PvP based game, right?
Yeah, well,
And
this is
so-
the whole vengeance thing too, and I know if people are listening to me on your
Wow.
camera thing,
The gods
Someone might be
are
there.
kings.
they're probably going,
What
what,
is-
the fuck?
Yes.
But vengeance, and they're like, oh, that's for Care Bears and casuals. Well, there's a lot of people that play the fucking game. And-
Vengeance? I don't think I know the game.
No, for PvP, so like, what they do is they turn off your sets, right? And it helps with the lag, by a fucking shitload. And-
For Elder Scrolls Online?
yeah, dude, vengeance, bro.
What are you talking about, Vengeance?
Okay, Vengeance.
Oh,
It's
hold on, I see it. This campaign is tailored with loadouts, perks, and abilities focused on performance in large-scale battles. Interesting.
yeah. So the
So,
hardcore PvP guys are all over the forums going, "Ah, you fucking." Now here's the thing. I
well,
think
that's
you should
because
like
Vengeance sounds like it's made. It does sound so. Just
it's for
reading it,
casuals,
it is.
but here's the thing. What because I understand where they're coming from, and I get it. You spend all that time and you make a set. Absolutely, I get it. 100,000%. But if you want PvP, like vengeance, there should be a place for vengeance for people like me who are just like, yeah, I'll go on there on a Friday night and see what I can do. But I'm not going unless I'm going with a guild, and I don't have some badass set. But so it's the haves and have-nots, if you will, you know. And I get what they're saying, and I don't think they should make it totally vengeance. I think they should have two different.
Well, that's why it's nice that they have all the choices, right? They allow you to play your way. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, and I will
And that's the
say
way it
this.
should be.
I will say this. On Vengeance, it runs so much smoother, dude. It's
So
not even.
I'll put this out there. I don't have a problem in PvP at all.
Oh, for real? I get smacked by them DKs.
Oh, I
I've
didn't say I
seen
didn't. No,
where
no, I didn't say I didn't die. Like what you're talking about, like lag and all that. I don't have a problem. That's what I'm saying.
you can't tell. Well, you haven't played Vengeance. It's buttery smooth on Vengeance. And then here's the weird thing on Vengeance because nobody has set set proc pieces.
He wants you to know that he has returned
Um,
from exile to claim what is his
so
by
you
birth
start
or
over.
right.
Everybody starts with like
Your
60
rule is
grand
over,
health.
pretender. Prepare
Fights,
to die.
be like when I go on battlegrounds and I see DK, I'm like, oh DK, boop. It's literally that quick. Oh DK, bloop, I'm dead.
Fulfill God.
Like there's
For the
no,
rightful king of Skyrim.
there's not playing.
Show
It's
no
just
mercy.
bloop, I'm dead. God damn it, fucking DK. But when you go to Vengeance, it's like, oh shit, you got DK, and he will kill me. That's not changing. But at least I have some time. I might be able to run. I might be able to get at. Generally, you ain't gonna get away from the DK. But I'm just saying, at least I got a chance. I just turtle up, or hopefully, like a buddy will show up. You know what I'm saying? But on the way it is now, it's just, and they're nerfing a little bit of that. But it's not. The Empress says, "Oh, it's the whip." It ain't the whip. They get a guaranteed proc crit. That's the thing that's fucked up. That's the thing that hits for 20, 30 grand. It's not the whip. It's not the abilities. It's that passive that they get. And they're not nerfing that. So they're gonna still be a nightmare. Which is fine. Look, when I used to play back in the day, there's always every game. There's always like a meta, right? And right now, it's werewolves and DKs. So what? I don't really care. You know, I still enjoy my class, and I'll go in there and I'll put up there. You know, now if I get with another player and we can sucker in an old dumb DK, because they're like, a lot of them too are like, oh, kill, 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 kill. I'll throw some heals, some shields, and then if I'm with somebody else, they fucking get them, and then I hit my that stun thing that I have, which I fucking hate that it takes like a second to hit, but it works. And then I hit them with the fucking beam. They're dead. I've killed many DKs, but I can kind of only do it with a helper, like a buddy, you know. I don't know. Like, but I watched all these doomsayers. Oh, the game's broken. It's dead. No, it ain't.
It's not Destiny.
That shit was problematic right off the bat. Like,
The they just made it a problem. Like
you know,
Bungie should have gave control of that IP over rather than or never getting into bed with Sony and Activision and all that.
there's the problem right there. You said it. Like, I remember when they like, I was just, yeah, it's gonna be the game, and then they turned it into fucking it turned into trash, dude. I was so disappointed. Like, instead of making it like an RPG, they turned it into a shooter game. Which I know it's a shooter
It was
game.
always going to be. It was never announced as an actual RPG.
No, but it had elements. It had elements.
Well, yeah, it's just it's still well technically it's still an RPG, right? It's just an RPG with guns.
That's good to hear.
It's never been an RPG.
You
They
upheld
fucked that shit 6 weeks
What
from
do
Sunday.
yes.
No, it is a full MMORPG. It's got a full experience gains. It has all that. Everything that's in a traditional MMORPG, it has it all.
It's a looter shooter.
I mean, there's no difference here with ESO. If you want to get technical, we just cast spells and get our loot.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess technically, but
Right. So it's all a matter of perspective. Right. So Destiny has always been an MMORPG looter shooter. Oh.
yeah, but when I played it, it just seemed there was more to do for shooting
Full of
and looting
potential.
than there was for RPG. There was some good quests, don't get me wrong, but quest-wise, this game's gotta beat Six Ways to Sunday.
Well, any traditional, right? So you gotta remember, Destiny's not traditional, so you can't compare Destiny to any traditional MMO, right? The traditional MMO is always gonna beat out something like Destiny.
That was part of the highlight about it. Is it was like, all right, we're not like anybody else. I was like, all right, cool. But dude, it just turned into go shoot them. That's all you can do. Just go shoot them. Raids were crap. Nobody's doing raids.
I mean, I don't know where you were playing, but everyone was doing raids.
Well,
I have just King's Fall alone for Destiny. I have over 200 clears.
You tell me why I failed.
Bungie cared about other things rather than listening to the community. It had nothing to do with the. It had nothing to do with the gameplay.
What did they listen to about the community? What did they mess up on?
The things that they needed to add in or change, and they wouldn't do it. So you gotta remember, Destiny didn't die due
They
to.
weren't getting new players. Bottom line, they looked at the numbers.
So-
and, oh, fuck.
That's not how that went down. The June 9th update proves it. On June 9th, the player cap for that one day was over 2.3 million players online at the same time.
Well, then why did they quit?
Because Shattered Cycle was announced, and then the delay was announced, and Sony was like, nope, we're done with your bullshit. So, no, it was all Bungie's
Sony,
fault.
dude.
Like, it was all, well, no, because Sony's in a business to make money, right? So they bought, you gotta remember, when they bought Bungie, right? Was it 3.6 or 2.6, whatever it was, $billion buyout? The highest buyout of any independent game company, like, ever recorded. Then they went and shit the bed because they signed a agreement with Bungie to not get it. Then, well, hold on, because Sony signed an agreement with Bungie, basically saying, "Hey, Destiny is your IP. We won't touch it, unless you start fucking up." That's the short version, right? And they nobody blew the whistle or any of the things that they should have done when Parsons was going around, when Pete Parsons was going around buying the cars, doing the bullshit, right? So nobody wanted to take accountability within Bungie. So, yeah, eventually the company that owns you, they're gonna get tired of it, right? They're gonna get tired of the shit.
And here's the thing. I watched all these videos over the last 3-4 weeks.
Yeah, they've laid off a lot of people.
They're like, oh, it's the end of ESO. I'm like, no, 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 no. This thing makes money.
So the layoffs that happened had nothing to do with the Bethesda side of anything,
Oh,
right?
but they took
No,
it away
because
from that.
Microsoft. So yes, ESO laid off people.
Craft with that.
They did get laid off, but they weren't part of the big internet outrage because those were Microsoft employees, not Bethesda employees.
No, no, they. I'm saying from ESO. I don't know if they're. I'm saying they fired a bunch of people from ESO, right?
Well, I mean, they did.
But
Let's see how many people got fired. I
they
don't remember if they
fired.
were fired from ZeniMax or.
They. A lot of them got let go. But here's the thing. You got to remember the staff that they have. When two of their best X packs came out, they remember they got this staff because they're like, oh, throw it in there, more microtransactions, right? So it was, now that we've lost all these people, we're fucked. No, wait. Two of the best packs that ever came out was when they only had 100 or so people. So I'm like, wait, now yes, shit might not come out as fast, and it was unfortunate because I don't care what anybody says, class reworks take time and polish, but I'm like, this is good. They're gonna keep the best of the best, and yeah, things might take a little longer. I played this other game called DDO.
I know Black
Which
Desert.
no, DDO, Dungeons Dragons Online. It's been out since World of Warcraft.
It sounds like you're
Uh,
saying BDO, Black Desert Online.
no, I haven't played that, but
It's a beat 'em up MMO.
they
It doesn't. It's not a real MMO in my opinion.
uh I've seen it. It's come across my feed, and I thought about trying it here and there, but
It's pretty.
but
That's about where it ends.
but DDO maybe like I can pull up the thing on a server. They have what 4 servers now, maybe 10,000 people playing it a night, right? Not a lot of people, but they make enough money, and they do the same thing. Nobody likes microtransactions, but it's not like the Chinese companies. There's nothing I can buy in a fucking store that's gonna make me a better player. Nothing.
Well, that's how Warframe does it.
Yeah. And fine, if you want to go get yourself another mount, you work too fucking hard, and you got $60, hey, I don't give a fuck about that. Now, what I don't want you to do is to get a mount that's faster than me, or
A
and
fight is
you know, the cosmetics I do get a little jelly about, but hey, it's your money. Work hard, fine. Then
for
there's a
furnishing
line, you know, the Chinese ones are like, oh, you get this and that. I mean, if you want to get technical, the ESO
Take
Plus,
and give with the same hand.
I get extra bag space, right? We can say, oh, that's a micro track.
You will have to excuse me.
There's a line, and I think they walked the line pretty good. Like, there is not going to be a game anymore without Michael Chan. And hey,
Where
it
will our
supports
roads lead us
the game.
today?
This is how they make the pretty landscapes and the cool fucking mountains, yada yada yada. But going back to like Somerset, and they only had so everybody's like, oh, the game's dead. I watched all the stuff on YouTube. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking
I
about?
never heard anybody
Yeah.
say the game was dead for Somerset because that is when we got jewelry crafting,
No.
a very highly
They-
anticipated
no,
feature.
When, yeah. When they fired everybody last month, all these videos popped up. People just blah blah blah.
That's how it's always
There
going to be
were-
when people get fired.
Yeah, there was a few people that are like, alright, let's see. And honestly, I think it's gonna be for the better. Here's the thing. And they put this new thing up that you can go vote on your hot issue. I really like this. I don't know if you're aware of this. call it dashboards. You can go in there and say, I want this. And now, of course, everybody's, I want class refresh. Come on, guys. They're working on it, but like,
For Elder Scrolls Online?
yeah, it's called dashboards. But you can go in there like, okay, I'm not gonna pull it up right now. But you know, people go in there and they put their gripes, and you can upload it with kind of like Reddit, and that way they can kind of look and be like, okay, what's the big gripe? Now, obviously, the number one thing is class refresh. That's by far and away number one. Well, there's also some good stuff in there, like, okay, another big pet peeve, which I voted up for, was when you buy an armory slot, it's only for the character. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. It should be for the account. Right? It should be. And I totally agree. I'm like, that's bullshit. Like, now, I will say this. By this way, it's on sale. And I blew my junkins. You can get...
So, I mean, this is kind of wild, though, reading what players want for the class refresh. To a certain extent, this is not going to be the answer, right?
Yeah. No,
Players want classes to feel. Hold on. Players want classes to feel unique instead of relying on generic shared skill lines that dilute individual class design. Older classes need cleaner ability rotations and updated visuals to keep up with newer additions like the Arcanist. But so one of the stronger Arcanist builds I've seen for DPS cross classes with the wardens, like execute laser, they're called, without being logged on warden.
I'm not sure what we're talking about. You're saying the class refresh is not a good idea, or?
No, not really.
Well,
Why would they need to rework something that works, right? I mean, if Templars weren't good at what they did, then people wouldn't make a Templar. If the older classes, like a Dragon Knight, wasn't good at what they do, nobody would make a Dragon Knight. Still to this day, one of the better tanks is a DK.
Now, what happened when they refreshed Dragon Knight?
I mean, they can rework a class all they want, but they're talking about, like, the way it's worded, they're talking about, like, changing skills and doing all this other crap. If you want build crafting to that extent, you're going to have to play a different game.
You're getting in the weeds. And this is the thing. They don't want to change. They're just trying to add a little something. Right? That's all they're saying. That's all. And here's the thing.
Not what a class rework is, right? So what they're wanting is the rework of the classes. Right? That's not
I don't care.
what they're asking for.
Wait. Who are you talking about? Who's asking for this?
The internet. They want a class rework.
What you're saying is, forget what they're saying. Forget them. You're saying, all the other classes don't need a rework.
I mean, if you need to bring them up, that's one thing. Bring them up, but like,
it's a yes or no.
I can play any of these classes perfectly fine. I don't
Sure.
think they need a rework.
But you're saying no, they don't need a rework.
I mean, I don't think so.
Okay. That's where we differ. Cool.
I mean, I have no problem playing any of my classes. I can get on my Xbox and play any one of my 10 different characters without a problem.
Right. But what happened when they reworked the last two or I don't know if you can call it werewolf, but what happened to them?
They're nerfing werewolf by upping stamina cost. They're changing, and they're fixing some of their stuff. Like this is the problem when you start touching things, right? You start making it to where it's not balanced or something like that.
Okay, now I can bring you back to the core thing that I was saying. Everybody's like, "Oh, we got." The number one voted thing was class rework. It takes time. This isn't easy. It's not something they just are. Here's the thing I'm seeing from a developer standpoint. They're not like, well, we're just gonna go in there and just crank everything up, change. No, they're looking at it plays DK Werewolf, they're fucking loving it. Everybody I talk to, they fucking love it. Feels good, snappy, feels very good. And that's what they want to do with all the classes. But that's not as easy, like, from a developer standpoint, it's not fucking easy. You got, like you said, it's a 10-year-old game. It's not fucking easy. But everybody wants tomorrow. Everyone, you know, and I get that. Trust me. And they're not looking at Arcanist. Well, because we're kind of a newer class. So we're not getting no refresh. Although, come on, Warden, baby. Come on, I love my Warden.
But I've seen plenty of wardens do perfectly fine. Like,
Dude, Warden's fucking destroyed. What are you talking about? Warden's
I see.
fucking nasty.
Right. So why do they need a refresh?
It's okay. It's not about that. It's just.
So here's the
like
thing.
things-
But
no,
if
wait,
it can
let
do
me-
the
let me-
thing, there's
let
no
me-
point in touching it.
Sure, there is absolute change.
Silent.
Because it
At
feels good,
last.
fresh, snappy. You go heal on a fucking back in the day fucking Templar.
Okay.
You're not mobile. Okay, as mobile as an Arcanist. You don't have as good, there's a lot of things, but back in the day, and it still is good. It's not like you said. Not that big of a deal, but there are things about
Watch
it
yourself.
that's like you know, and I think they're going to take. Oh, now you got about 2 years for all these refreshes to get done, so it's going to take some time. But I think it's worth taking a look at. You're like, we don't need to do that. I think it's worth looking at. And here's another thing. So, and it's a money thing. You refresh a Templar. People like me and you go, let me jump back on it. Let me dust that guy off. By now, everybody's got extra alts, you know. The Nightblade just got refreshed. Oh, let me go dust him off. Right? Let me see what this is about. It's more, honestly, it's more about that, right? Keeping you engaged.
Okay,
because-
create content. Don't keep touching things. Don't keep making
okay.
changes. So
Okay.
here's the thing. If you make too many
Well,
changes, then your community starts wanting you to make these
Okay.
changes.
No. And I got an argument for that. You need a wider foundation. You can build a building only so tall. You can only build a building so fucking tall before it falls down. But if you make a wider foundation, right?
Foundation should be content. If you need new classes,
Yeah,
then
but
make new
you-
classes.
Okay, well, all right. I think go wide. We've got plenty of content. We got so much fucking content. We don't know what to do. I would say a few more raids. Okay, cool. Yeah, I got you on that. But I mean, the thing is too. Okay, I get what you're saying, but if you're gonna bring, you gotta bring new people in. You gotta bring them in. You know, and yeah. See, you've been playing 10 years, so you're like to you. I get what you're saying. I'm feeling you, bro.
I played Destiny 1 from the beta all the way through to the end.
That was like 2012, bro.
14.
I am Nirnhill.
Was it 14?
Return the relics
Well,
to their rightful places in the tombs below,
yeah.
of course.
God,
But
remember
meet
that
me-
fucking I remember that thing. The first look at. I was so stoked about that game.
The barracks are clear. Let me look at those orders.
But-
Just so-
What do they call it? What's
We
that
know.
term now? They call it inshinification.
Yeah, I don't know that word.
Inshinification? Oh no, it's a new word now.
Yeah, if it's not actually in the dictionary, I probably won't care about the word.
Well, it's a term. Now,
What is this word?
in shitification.
In what?
In shit of vacation. In shitification. It basically means so much shit gets piled on. It's like a that corner in your room with laundry and you haven't done laundry in 2 weeks. That's a shitification. You know, blah blah blah. That's a bad analogy. Excuse me on that. But no, honestly, if they didn't do anything, I'm happy with the way the game is right now. I don't care. DK's got this and that. Fine. I'm okay with that. I know too. By the way, when I go in, here's the other thing. I go in PvP and I see a DK and a werewolf. I change the way I play. Right? So that's the other thing. It's like, you know, remember when? See, when I first played 9 years ago, and Gankers first came out. Oh my god, the fucking forums went ape shit. Right? Oh my god, these Gankers, blah blah blah.
You're talking about specifically Elder Scrolls Online, right?
Yes.
Because that term gankers came from World of Warcraft
Okay. Well,
long
forget
before
that.
ESO. So anybody who came on, because when I played Cyrodiil with my friends who were Nightblades, they would always tell me, "Hey, go in a sneak. We're gonna gank this guy." So
Yeah.
the simple fact that if someone was complaining about on a forum for ESO about these gankers like just coming out, they need to learn how to keep up with actual video games.
What are you talking about? All I'm saying is, back then, people had builds that could just fuck you up out of the blue. Whoop, you're dead. Oh god.
Yeah,
Right?
Nightblade can still do that.
So
That's what makes Nightblades dangerous in PvP. That's what they
is my
excel at.
point that I was trying to get across. I don't know. You're just arguing with me to argue. I don't want to argue with you, brother. I don't want to argue with you no more, dude. I'm trying to like get a point across. You're like, oh, what is
I'm not
your
understanding what you're talking about because all
You're
I said
arguing
was
with me. Stop arguing with me. Look, all I was trying to say is back then, you know, people found a way, and they were in. I was in Cyrodiil, and there were dudes that I was like, God damn, he fucked me up. God damn, son of a bitch. That guy found a way, found a set, did something, fucked me up. You know what? It's the same thing today. And
okay.
I'm happy for that. What I was trying to get at is, cool. If somebody works his ass off and gets some crazy setup, took weeks. It takes weeks to build a set like that, dude. Good. Let them rip. I don't want to be a dev and try to balance that shit. You can't balance somebody that has a perfect set and my dumbass, hey man, I'm gonna come in there and try and do some PvP. I'm gonna get clucked. That's just how it is. That's how it's always been. And I don't want to change that. I will say with vengeance, and I don't know if it's gonna make it. It might not. Why? But I don't understand the hardcore PvPers like. But I don't think you should force them into vengeance. I think you should keep Greyhouse up. Let those guys that work their butts off go gank.
Spin and weave with
Ganking's been part of this game at least as long as I know, 9 years. You've been playing longer than me. You know, that's all I'm saying. But it's hard as a developer. You're like, all right, but vengeance gives non-tryhards
Who else would I?
like me, I want to go in there and have a little fun. Like, because. And they see that. That's why. You think they're going to spend development dollars making vengeance for no reason? Oh, this might be a good idea. No, because they're looking at the numbers. Look at all
Choice
the
what
people-
campaign you go into.
Vengeance or yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Right, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so here's where I'm confused. Hold on, here's where I'm confused. Because you're talking about forcing people into it. It's a choice.
No,
Like you've jumped
right.
around a little bit, so I'm not able to
No,
follow.
yeah. Right now, let me look at it. So you got Greyhost, right?
Yeah.
And you got Vengeance.
Well, I play on Blackreach. So. But yeah, there's Greyhost, there's Evergloam, and Vengeance.
But 2 weeks ago, it was locked out. I think because of people bitching. Now,
So the only time you get locked, according to the way it reads on here, is which one was it?
all right, whatever, dude. I don't want to argue. I'm just saying. Greyhost was shut down for a time.
Well, it's an alliance. Greyhost is an alliance lock. So if you join like
It was
something else with a different
shut
character,
down. I don't know any other words to say. And the only choice you had was Vengeance for like a week or two because they wanted to test it. And people went ape shit. And they went ape shit because they're like, I don't want to do this because they lost all their proc sets, right? And I get that. I totally get that. I think just keep Vengeance on another server, okay? Standard is another server. Why do you play on Blackreach instead of Greyhost?
because that's where everybody I know who plays. So that's where I've been since been joining on PC.
Oh, so you don't really have a reason. Okay.
Be able to play with the people I know. I can't join. I don't feel like switching campaigns all the time.
Yeah, once a month you can switch it, but fine. I 100%.
So I mean, there's my reason.
Yeah, gotcha. Valid reason. But when they introduced Vengeance 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, they locked out fucking Greyhost, and
Okay.
people went fucking ape shit. And I kind of understand. Like I'm just trying to get my third thing. I've been playing since last night. I'm probably not gonna get tonight. I get that. If you work hard, you want to go gank people, go ahead. Fuck yeah. But Vengeance is nice, but you know, different thing. And you'll see. I mark my words. You're gonna see. Go play
Come down here
Vengeance.
and look
We'll
around.
give you
The cup belongs on one
a
of these altars,
cosmetic
but I do
hat.
not know which one.
You'll see that. Guarantee fucking because they want to get people to do it.
You give me no choice.
But I like now that Alliance is, or even Standard, is not locked. But
Unless you're playing Greyhost, which locks your
This
alliance.
chamber contains the
well,
remains of the honored.
it's 900,
and I can tell you.
900 people is the max, right? And see, I'm
The
locked
wrong
out.
altar.
They're maxed
You have
up.
awakened the dead.
Well, they're high. You might be able to get in. I'm not gonna try. But I think they're trying. They're trying new things. And this is what I'm saying. Like everybody's like, I'll get back to what we were saying. The Doomers. Oh man, they fired a bunch of people to game into the
That's the
no,
wrong
it ain't.
altar.
This
You
thing
have
makes some
awakened the
money.
dead.
They're just gonna fold it in? Hell no. Hell no. Hell no.
That appears to be the correct
This
altar.
thing makes the
Very
money.
good.
Absolutely.
I will see you in the next chamber.
Now, yeah, they gotta readjust. And class reworks, where they had set it, we don't know, but and again, getting back to my third point, they're all sitting around a table. Imagine me and you sitting around a table, and everybody's like, "Man, we need class rework." They're like, "Well, they're gonna put a little bit more effort into it, but again, when they do that, it takes just still trudging along. Still trudging along. It's still going. They're still making money. Maybe not as many people that play this game. Not nearly, but it's still they're still making money. So, and that new leader from Microsoft, she's like,
This chamber.
she trimmed the fat, and apparently, I don't know. You probably know better than I, dude. I'm sorry, dude. I got the wrong.
That is not the right page. Try again, mortal.
It's fine.
That is not the right page. Try again, mortal.
And
Excellent. Who knew you could read ancient Nord? One chamber remains.
I'm
Wow.
never gonna get
Bring
this
my
lead,
amulet.
man. I need you to rub your hands together. Give me a whammy. Give me a
I would say ask people who have it, make sure the internet information's correct and that someone didn't post the wrong bit of information, or make sure that information didn't change or something. I don't know enough about scrying to be able to help with that.
Until you rise again.
Even if I could get Oaken, even if I did have Oaken Soul, I probably wouldn't use it.
Yeah, probably. You know what?
This is wrong. Something is
I've
my
done about
body.
30. Yeah, I
My
should
brother.
look up on Reddit what they're saying.
I mean, Jared and all them, I think they're in another channel. You could ask them because I think they have it. Dram's up there, Falkree's up there,
Yeah.
Shady's up there. They probably know the answer.
Well, I don't want to bother them.
But that's what they're in there for. They're there for you to go in and ask questions, right? That's the purpose. Like Falkree, Dram, Shady, they'll all tell you, go up there, ask questions. I just don't know if there's an easy way to do it, right? So talking to people who have it, like I think Falkree has it, and I think she got hers recently.
You're too late.
I would say go up there, ask Falkree how she got it. She'll know. I think she's probably the most recent person to get it. She actually might have a better answer than the internet. You never know. I honestly don't know. That's what I'm saying. The only way to find out is to ask, right? You won't know unless you ask. They could also say, "Hey, go look at Reddit." Like that could be the answer. I just don't know.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'd be, hey guys, they'd be like, just go look at Reddit. You stupid fuck. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say it that way, but like that could be the answer, right? Your best answer could be there. I just don't know.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that,
Oh,
man. Thank you.
It is indeed.
See, that's what I
No
like.
longer.
Man.
Keep
You're
the
on top.
amulet. You earned it.
I'm something. I'll go with that.
You're
Thanks for
pretty
your
cool
help.
in my book, brother. Absolutely.
Yes.
Not true.
If only with unusual.
You know what? I'm gonna hang down here. I'm gonna go. I know I can go smoke, but it's only once in a while. I'm gonna hang down here for a second if that's okay.
Oh, you're fine. I mean, I'm probably not gonna be on much longer.
Yeah, just you know, I'm not good around a lot of people.
There's only 4 people up there.
That's a lot of people.
A sturdy find indeed.
That's a lot of people. Well, if you're gone when I come back, it's really cool chatting with you, man. I learned some stuff. You know, if you ever see me on, hit me up or something like that. If you ever need anything, I mean, I'm not that good, but I'll be happy to help. You know. Really cool running with you tonight. All right, man. Let me step away for a bit.
Huh? Awesome Burr. I want to deal with a bear. Run away from a Burr. I need to eat something to be able to take my meds.
Canarthi's blessing
That's a burr.
is fine.
Ancestor soap. Wash that burr. Stay over there, burr. No, no, no. Burr. Run from burr.
We ride.
About right there.
Why do you hate us, Nord? Your own king declared us allies.
Wait, what?
You turn us away.
Don't put words in my mouth, Dark Elf. I said you
Okay,
could
I'll come back and
help
get that
Armor,
quest
but
here in a
the
minute.
inn is full, so you can't stay.
I will stay close to you, Tamir.
Comrade, a word.
I do
So
not
I'm
wish to sway
assuming
you.
that's probably the next step. Just gotta come here and talk to this person.
I must.
Wrong person.
Greetings, stranger. Then by all means.
Yep, thought so. Okay. To 19. Damn. Why is there gonna be 19 quests here?
Listen, if you're part of this group, I already explained this a dozen times. Feel free to enter Fort Armel, but the inn is full. There's no more room. And the Jarl's Keep is off limits too, of course.
Wild.
King Yoren and the Ebonheart Pact leaders are meeting here. Between the Nords, the Argonians, and the Dark Elf contingent, they filled up the inn. They even had to set up tents on the That's not for me to...
Yeah, alright.
The guild has need of you, comrade.
Where's that?
The tales of Nord. He wandered to.
Oh yes, Nariyu. Whatever you say, Nariyu. I don't want to. Want to sleep. Perfectly good dream. Oh, Nariyu. I love you, Nariyu.
With Canarthi's swiftness.
There is an urgent task for you. Oh, if you're still looking for Thod, both the command.
This guy showed here in town. I'm gonna look.
Need to be
Already
patient.
got it.
You're always in such a hurry. It's starting to get on my nerves.
You're enjoying that body too much, I think. Why, I
Go wild.
The commander is occupied by others. You see, hide behind the rocks nearby and wait for ER.
potion making.
You just have to poke your nose into things that don't concern you, don't you? You can join the rest of the bodies in here. You're too late. You'll never stop Vilgor's plans.
Why'd you die so awkwardly? Yeah, alright. That was an awkward way for someone to die.
After that,
Blessed moon smile upon you.
So was the go to the
Okay. You get that way shrine.
The Nord don't need the help of the weakling Argonians and the cowardly Dark Elves. We can win this war on our own.
Your uncle Filgor has allied himself with the Stormfist clan and the Orcs, my prince. We need all the
I'm
help
back.
we can get. You need to apologize to
Yeah,
the
I'm probably gonna
Vilgars
finish this
and
quest
get
and
them
then
back
get
to
off
the
here in a
table
second.
before this rift grows any
Let the
wider.
pact shatter and fall for
Hey,
all
I really appreciate your help.
but ourselves. You grow old and weak, Harvold.
Hey,
My
if
father.
you ever want to
This conversation is
duo up,
Why,
do
Holmes?
something,
Let me
run a dungeon or something like that,
why, Holmes? Let me think.
hit me up.
No.
Get yourself a drink and one for me.
But all right. I guess I'll go up top and ask them. Oh,
I mean, they will definitely know more than me, that's for sure. I don't do
Give
scrying.
me a link to your stream so I can join.
It's the same name as in here on either Purple, TikTok, or YouTube.
I want to give you a follow.
I think I figured out why cats like. Well, it's too late.
Wait,
It's kind of a funny name, dude. Nutritious Depth. It's kind of wild. You're on Twitch, right?
Yep.
Shit happens. Oh, damn, dude. Why does it say Michigan Twitch streamer? Oh, that's not you.
So say, 'cause that's not me.
Yeah,
That was gonna probably be the easiest one. The easiest answer.
Belgian Twitch star. No. Hold up. Twitch streamer dies during.
over here and
I should be the only one that comes up if you go to twitch.tv and search my username, or if you're on the Twitch app on your phone.
Okay. Let me do that real quick. I want to get a follow on you. Can we do that? Twitch. Sign up.
Watch yourself.
Oh god. say it.
Mithra
Nutritious. I'm not gonna say it.
Tend to your wounds, Tamid.
Yeah, just type your name. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Just came up. Oh shit. Oh, I put it. Oh, there you are.
I don't know you. Do I know you? There's an urgent task for you.
What's that?
Oh,
My people,
right.
perhaps.
Follow. God.
Is that you, full auto hero?
Yeah, that's me.
I will thank you for the follow.
Your thing was cool as fuck, dude. What the poop?
What?
Your screen. I don't know all that monkey stuff up to the right is, but I like the left and right thing.
Not another cat.
Your hit
I
points
hate
and
cats.
health. That's cool.
They make me itch.
That's better. It's just better UI. Some add-on.
What are you doing in here? Get
Way
out!
better than my add-on. I got bandits. They don't look cool as that. It's cool as fuck. What is that big thing up to the right? What is all that stuff?
One. Okay, that's what I want right there.
Your big screen. Okay.
What thing
Oh,
on the
no,
right? My
that's-
chat?
Yeah, that's your, I guess, people that type in the thing.
That's where it shows chat. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Not another cat. I hate cats. They make me itch.
Yeah, we're getting you some followers, man. Hell yeah. What in tarnation is that?
What?
What in kind's name was
On the
that?
left side, right near your health bar, there's a thing that says L and R.
Controller. To use Zereth's ultimate.
But what ability is? Oh, that's your alt. What
No,
are you?
that's his ultimate, Zereth. That's my companion. His ultimate, not mine.
Oh,
Mine's
yours
the
doesn't look
Mine's the
20.
LB. Mine's the LBRB.
You already. What's his alt? Mine's only level 15. Damn, he's 20, dude. Hey, what are those blue balls?
So the ones that are floating around me.
That's for magical stuff, right?
So that's how you know somebody is wearing a full set of worm raiment.
Yeah, I got well, 9 years ago, I have the Ebon stuff that does.
The guild requests your help.
Yeah, that does health. But that's for a tank. That's a tank set.
Yeah,
Do you
that's
know?
my
Of course.
werewolf. I haven't bothered to get him the werewolf fucking gear, whatever. But back in the day, that was the shit.
Did you
You
drink
had
my
the big
drink?
dick deal.
For what?
Well, the health now is kind of. It's only
I heard that you've been hard at
950,
work.
but that man of
King York.
still, I would imagine, good today.
What? Eben?
War
Eben's a good
is
starting
the
tank set,
desert
like
sands.
until you get like better stuff.
Yeah, and then I had a buddy of mine who was really good crafter back in the day. He made me armor master or whatever it's called.
Armor Master, you have to get into Cyrodiil for that.
Yeah, but he had it.
That's
so
strange.
like,
Where are the
you
guards?
gotta be 9 traits to make it. Well, I
Mhm.
just hit. Actually, tomorrow
that's right.
I got one
Let
more
death
Nernhard
Well,
Oh, so you're a
if you want
sorcerer,
something
too.
done,
You got that.
you just have to do it yourself.
No, just a magic. I'm an arcanist healer.
Move or call out and lose your tongue. Simple,
Wait,
right?
don't kill me.
I'm not a sorcerer.
I can help you. Yoren's still
But
alive.
isn't that a sorcerer
You
ability
need
or
me.
second
No
ability
one
there?
likes a
Isn't that
liar.
No, because I'm pure class. I'm not subclass.
What the hell ability? Oh, that
Let's
must
talk,
be a scribing
hero.
ability.
Why
I don't have any script abilities either. What ability are you looking at?
The second one from
That's Unstable Wall of Elements. That's from the Destruction Staff skill line.
unstable. Oh.
Yeah, it's Destruction Staff.
Yeah.
So it's not class specific.
What's unstable do? Why do you use that?
Because it causes them to be off balance, which then they take more damage.
Wait, what?
Unstable Wall of Elements, they get the concussed status, making them unbalanced, which means they take more damage.
Is that what unbalanced does?
Hmm?
Is it? It's like a stun.
No, it's not a stun. It sets them
But
off
they're
balance,
off
meaning they
balance.
take more damage.
Oh shit! Oh, see, I'm learning.
And see, I play on Master difficulty.
I was gonna say. Master's the second one, right? Or
Never
Third.
serves of its own accord.
Oh,
It's the
so
third.
What? You're doing that much damage on the third one?
I'm not even at like high damage either.
I mean, you're not having any problems, so to me, that's high damage.
I have to be careful because I can easily get
You an
killed by
idiot.
things.
We're surrounded by the enemy.
Because I'm squishy, because I'm a healer.
Fists are outside. Maybe we should go
That's the
upstairs
cool
so I
thing.
can protect
You're
you
doing this
all
on
properly.
Oh,
People
I just
really
bought the new
frustrate me
Playing this
sometimes.
game.
on sale.
So you gotta remember, this comes down to how long I've been playing the game, right? So to me, this is all second,
Maybe we should go.
you know, doesn't take me long to get it done. Oh, this is where you first meet Naru. Okay, interesting. Wait, what do you want me to do, Naru? Oh,
Yeah, check
okay,
that
you are.
bookcase. Oh, you probably have everything leveled up. Shit.
No.
How much is the bookcase? Yeah.
Another note. Oh my god. Gotta go up, up, down, down, left, right, A, B, select, start. Jesus Christ.
Wait, you're as old as I am?
How old are you?
You talking about I ain't saying that. You talking about Contra, dude?
Well, it's the Konami code, right? So that code wasn't originally just used in Contra, but yes, it does give you 30 lives in Contra.
So, okay, you're a 90s kid. Okay, alright.
I'm older than that. 50.
That's when oh, see, I called it. I mean, I don't want to say here. Me too. Alright.
My wife is a 90s kid.
Said you were coming after us.
Hey, good for you, brother.
Let's see how you handle two of the best warriors of the Stormfist Brigade.
How long y'all been married?
Since 2014.
Oh my god.
Because also she also played the beta with me on for ESO.
There's no way your wife plays this game.
Not on PC, no. She plays on Xbox.
What?
Yeah. We all played on Xbox until I switched over to PC.
Wait a minute. You married a woman who plays video games?
Yeah.
You lucky son.
Why wouldn't I? Doesn't make sense not to be fair.
Yeah. You're absolutely right, but man, that's cool.
Didn't play video games at all. That was a nightmare.
Yeah. I remember the first time I
What's
came
yours
home from
before?
work. Oh, what the hell? Oh, because you're on that.
Return
Yeah.
my tummy to
Damage,
me.
just like 200 damage, dude. Yeah.
Is it 200? Try 300.
Okay.
Yeah. So when something hits me, it hits me hard.
Now, do you have Zanzibar? He can put that taunt, but sometimes it's.
That's only that he only has a taunt if you set him up for a taunt. I don't. This is where you just gotta pay attention.
Well, he's got him now.
Oh no, he still wants me.
Well, you're doing too much damage. Yeah. You're really good at dodge rolling too. I gotta get better at that.
Play Dark Souls. You'll get real good at it, or you don't have a choice.
See, that's what I was saying. I was like, yeah, because I'm terrible at dodge rolling, and apparently, I'm probably wrong about this because I'm wrong about everything. But when you roll, you don't take any damage.
No, it's called it uses what's called iframes. They're invincibility frames. Fuck. Canola. What do you mean it's back there? It was just in there. You did rescue the pack leaders. Game your high.
To me all the time. I forgot to
No,
click
don't do this for it. Don't do this to me today, game. I ain't got the patience.
There, yep. You didn't go into the vault.
Well, they're free. The guy's dead. They should learn how to leave.
Well, this is one thing I like about this game too, is the questing.
Did you hear?
It's.
Then we are allies.
There must be something we can do for the king.
It's really good.
The blood of a vampire.
I don't really like the marks in the heads, but whatever. They gotta do something.
10 quests left and I'm done. I still gotta get all those sky shards.
Where the hell are you?
East March.
Was it?
Right outside of Skyrim.
Yeah.
Ish. Skyrim's right here. East March. Then I just have to do the. Did I do the rift? No, that's here. That's Bleak Rock.
Well, yeah, then they go there, and then they.
No, you start here, and then you come down here, and then it's Deshaun, then Shadowfen, then you come up to East March, and then you do the rift, and then you're done.
I did something wrong.
I've already done, like, I've already finished blue. I've done yellow. I'm into Cadwell's gold, and I'm almost done with it. I just gotta get the sky shards here. Which, is there anyone near me?
Yeah, that's another thing. I've been, I saw I could, like, buy sky shards.
You can, as long as you've gotten every sky shard for that area, it unlocks the ability to buy it.
Yeah, but I don't want to do that because I'm trying to buy like things. I don't want to spend the points on that, but like it makes me not want to level up another character.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm doing this so I don't have to go get them again. If I need skill points, I can just buy them. 100%. But then again, I excel in playing what I call lazy frame. If I could sell my Warframe account, I could make a couple grand easy.
Oh, dude, Warframe is pretty popular, dude. There's a lot of
It's popular, but like a lot of the big people I see that are, for some unknown reason, are popular streamers who play it, that I go into their stream and I watch what they're doing, and I'm like, I like listen to them talk about certain things and how to do them, and I'm like, why are you this bad at the game? Like,
damn.
So here's the thing. So me and a friend, right, we'll go into the hardest level of difficulty possible, right? And when we go into this difficulty, we will spend 2-3 hours in there just farming. And I'll watch a guy go, yeah, this is the hardest thing ever, and he dies like, within like the first 5 minutes. It's like he's like, I don't understand why I'm dying. I'm built for this. And I look at what he's doing, and I look when he goes into his menu, I'm like, my brain goes, you're not built for a motherfucking thing. What? Like, your setup is ass, and you're popular? Fucking how? So I stopped going into Warframe. I stopped going into streams that were about Warframe. Like I was just having a bad day. I couldn't go in there. Like just watching people struggle at content that I can just sit there sit there and just it's like nothing in Warframe is hard, right? It'll seem hard at first, like especially if you're not set up to do it. So it'll seem difficult, right? But that's where it ends, right? And so it's research, it's research, learning what abilities do what, how to pair what with what. You know, that's why somebody the other day they asked me for in my Discord they asked me for my Zaku Prime build. Somebody else decided to chime in, and my brain I immediately went, well, why are you answering a question that wasn't directed at you? But okay.
Oh, they'll just ask, and they're like,
I have my biggest thing, and this it only extends to my Discord, right? My biggest thing is the thing I hate the most is when somebody puts in like in any of our LFGs for any of the games we have in my Discord, and someone replies with, "Well, I would, but I'm at work." I was like, "Then it doesn't fucking apply to you. Like, why are you responding?"
Why
Right.
say that? No, I'm
Right.
with you on that, dude. Why
It's the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah, just don't even say it. Just when you get home from work, hit me up. You know what I'm saying?
Or ask if when you get off work, ask, "Hey, did you ever get this done?" And that way you can be like, "Well, but do something that's not that's saying that you can't help. Like that doesn't help the person that made the post. Like, cool, you can't fucking help. Got it."
Are you doing some sort of trick where you log out and you reset the dungeon?
Oh, it'll kick me out of there. Why is my game frozen? That took a minute. Yeah, I gotta get food and take my medicine before I forget.
I thought you were doing like some sort of trick.
No.
No, I like that purple armor.
It's just the Zivkin style. The hat's Breton, but the armor itself, this robe and whatnot, is Zivkin.
What the fuck mount is that?
The Gloam Sench. The Gloam.
Fucking jealous as shit. Because that matches your whole setup. See,
Yeah, it's gotta be purple.
Dude, that's a baller matchup, dude. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna let you go. Man.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, no, I gotta do everything anyway. Oh, of course, the game launcher is fucking run into an error because it can't not run into a fucking error every time I exit the goddamn game. Fucking dog shit.
Oh shit! I already logged out. Whoops. All right, brother. You have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna bother you when I see you on. I know you don't need me, but I'm gonna bother you. All right, man. It was really cool talking to you, man.
You too. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too. Really appreciate your patience. Thank you, man. Have a good night.
You're welcome. You too. Bye bye.
All right.
Chat. Well, I appreciate everything. Thanks for the follows and whatnot. Thanks for hanging out, Jesse, Kelly. Appreciate you guys. Miss you, Kelly. Y'all have a great night, and we'll see you next time.